only mess with your mind. He says the wells of the devil, he sends thoughts to your head. Hear me, somebody. But he does not ever send thoughts to your heart. Because if you got the breastplate of righteousness on, nothing can get in once God got you wrapped and rolling. He got you tough. God got you protected. But one thing that we do with pride is we allow the devil to lead us instead of God leading us. That's why David said, I'll hide thy word in thy heart, that I may not sin against thee. You have the truth girded. And while it's girded, you have protection of your heart. The more words you put in you, the more protection you put around that. All right. Woo! That heart. And you have to understand that when you know your weakness, you know that you got to lean on somebody else to make you strong in the midst of whatever is going on. Have assured, shine your feet with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Roman soldiers wore boots with nails in them to grip the ground in combat. But the gospel peace pertains to the good news that through Christ believers are at peace with God. Have you ever been in a situation where you just was hell-bent, frustrated and pain, couldn't go to sleep, and all you said, Lord, I just need you to give me peace to sleep? Well, maybe you haven't, but I have. And God, out of nowhere, seemed like he put a blanket over you, and you just laid down like a baby and sleep. When you are allowing God to lead you, God will give you peace that can pass all understanding. And let me show you, God will blow your mind with the peace he gives you. I'm talking your own mind. I'm asking God for peace, and God will blow my mind how I conduct myself. Because if I stay in God, I begin to ask self, how can I smile when that's happening? But then the self, the newness of self says, it ain't you. It's about God leading you. So when I say it blows your mind, because some things you think you will react the way you did yesterday, you'll realize that God got you today, and you're reacting differently. You know when you want to hit somebody? Amen. Amen. But you stay strong. And about an hour he says, how did I get through that? Because I could have knocked that out. That's God. That's leading you, that's guiding you, that's helping you to understand that he's with you. And you have things to do. And then it says, above all, taking the shield of faith, which should be able to quench the fiery darts of the wicked one. In order for you to use the shield, you must arm yourself with the word. You can't use God's shield if you don't know God's truth. Come on, somebody. You can't use God's shield if you don't know God. You can't use God's shield if you don't know him. You can't use the shield of God if you and God ain't in a relationship. It's impossible to please God without faith. It's impossible. Then as I hurry to a close, be strong in the Lord, and you must know God's strength, the Lord's strength. You must understand that through it all, God can handle anything by himself. Pharaoh thought that he was above God. But God gave him a wake-up call. Didn't he? That he's able. Don't try God, but ask God to use me to be a vessel for you. The Red Sea opened up to tell the people that God was in charge. We know Moses led them, but God was leading Moses. And every now and then God's got to show you and me that he's in charge of it all. Because we go from faith to faith. See, what he did yesterday, he'll do better things today. Because we get new mercy daily. What God did for you yesterday just won't do for today. Matter of fact, I don't want yesterday's grace. Oh, no, I can't handle today. But I want today. You know what? When I woke up this morning, I had today's grace over me. He was already covering me while I was laying down. But when he allowed my mind to be unlocked, my ears to hear that clock, I got up with new grace. That God, whatever happens today, thank you. Just be with me, Lord. Let me be able to give you glory in the midst. And I'm learning as I'm getting older. I'm 49, so I ain't that old. But as I get older, I'm learning that I should love everything that happens and just say, thank you, Lord. I may not understand. It might make me cry, but I know God's got it. Yeah. And that's when you get in a position knowing that this ain't your battle. This is a battle that God's got already worked out for us. And the problem that we have as Christians, we only see from day to day. But God already knows what happens and what's coming our way. And we got to learn to trust God. If God made heaven and earth out of nothing, don't you think God can take your something and turn it for his purpose? Yeah. Because it is something. And he's already showed you he went from nothing to make something. Matter of fact, me and you was nothing. That's true. Look, we wasn't even dirt. Yeah, dust. When you find dust, you mean you got to let it sit for a long time. And you might not find a piece of dust. I'm going to borrow this. And I know some dust is up here. Well, no, it's not. Hallelujah. That means it's got to sit, it's got to settle, it's got to. But here's what God did. God just picked up dust. And this is what Tristan Yaakov says. He dust and he formed dust. Form. And I've been trying to figure out, how can you form dust into something? Because when you put dust together, it dissipates. Am I right? Does it look, next time you put dust together, pick it up. And I want you to put it in your hand a little and just roll it. Tell me if you can make something out of it. But when God's in it, God will take what's not to make what is. What is. You ain't even dirt. We ain't even worthy to be dirt. But we dust. And this is the good part about it. Even in dust, you still ain't nothing. Until you have him in you. Okay, maybe you don't see it. Let's see it. He took dust, he formed it, and the Bible says he formed it. And when he formed it, you still wasn't nothing, right? Say it again. Say all of us. Can we hear that? Now what's the breath? Now what's the life for a Christian? You'll get to it. Check it out. The Word. Word brings life into you. Hear me? You ain't nothing when you don't know God. You just like dust. just walking around with your head cut off when you don't know him. But when God brings you to the light to see who he is, what God does is recreate you. Watch it, watch it. And then as the word get on you, that what I was, I ain't no more. He blows the word into to give you life. And for the first time, do you remember when you first became a Christian? You wanted to save the whole world, let everybody know. Do you remember? You did just what a baby does when a baby has come out of the mama's womb. You begin to cry because I got the word in me. And when the word get in you, then God can use you. God can use you because when you stand, you resist. That's all it means. You're standing, you're resisting what the devil has for you because you're standing not on your word. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again. When you stand, you're not standing on your word. That means don't put no ifs, ands, and buts in it. But put God, thus saith the Lord of God. Get ye behind me, Satan. You got to learn to not be afraid to battle Satan. Okay, say it again. I want you to listen to something. You have to learn to not be afraid to battle Satan. Why? Because when I'm not afraid, I'm telling Satan, it's not my might. You missed the first part. What he says, power in his, it's not mine. It's not my power, but it's power in his. So when I'm battling Satan, I'm saying to Satan, Satan, you might take me out earthly, but you can't touch my soul. You might make me cry. You might bring turmoil to my life, but in the midst of it all, God still got me. I will laugh at you, Satan, in the morning when God wipe away my tears. Because when I cry, all I'm saying is, Lord, I can't do it. And I need somebody else to intervene for me. I can't handle what's going on. When I stand on the word of God, when I stand on the whole arm of God, when I'm led by God, I need God to prevail. And you know, don't you know that the devil can take you out and you can die earthly, fleshly, and God can still win? Wow. Did y'all hear that? He can hurt your body. He can hurt your body. And don't you know God can still get the glory from your earthly body dying on the earth? I know you're saying, how, Reverend? You never know who's watching you. But when you keep on the whole armor of God, you don't put it on knowing that, hey, I'm going to walk through this battle and I'm going to make it out. But you put it on knowing that God's got me in the midst of this battle and I'm not afraid. Carl made a statement this morning about our obligation, about bringing our own family to church. That's a battle you need God with you. To bring it into church. Yes, indeed. Don't ever think you can do it on your own. Well, Reverend, how do I do it? You pray before you get there. You pray while you're there. And then you pray while they leave. Whether they accept you or not, you said what you had to say. You plan to see. Let God do the glory. Yes. Yeah. In order to evangelize, and that's what it's called,